ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button. Yeah. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another not quite an action figure evolution video, but this video is very inspired by the late Glenn Webb's action figure evolution, which, by the way, I think it would be this August would mark 10 years after his passing, which is quite wild. And I am very sad that he has missed out on all the stuff that's happened since then. Very, very cool stuff that I'm sure he would have loved. I'm sure there's some of it that he would have hated. Well, that's sad to think about. I had to give him an honorable mention in this video. I just recently did a video on the latest MCU Spider-Man figure, and I had to go through my collection and sell a bunch of Spider-Mans, and it made me think, man, I want to talk about all the Marvel Legends Spider-Man MCU figures. Now, yeah, you could say Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man count, but, you know, for the sake of this video, we're going to focus on the Tom Holland Spider-Man, okay? I'll give an honorable mention with that 3-pack, but we're really focusing on the Tom Holland figures, and we're going to compare them and take a look at them, and I thought it'd be great to just look over all these different Spider-Man figures, because I think I have all of them. I think I have all of the MCU Spider-Man figures. If I don't, I will correct myself in this video, but I thought it'd be fun to take a look. And yeah, let's go ahead and over to the review station. But first, if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So I do have a bag of MCU Spider-Mans, and I am surprised I have had so many over the years. There are only 2 of them that I do not have. And I'm going to go over these in the order of which I reviewed them, which has got to be super close to the way that they were released. I went through my YouTube video catalog, and that was like the basis of the order that I went through with these figures. I also had to look up some other figures that I actually didn't pick up. By the way, I'm not talking about any Peter Parker figures in this video at all, and any of the foreign releases. Let's go all the way back with the first one, starting 10 years ago in 2016 with the Civil War Spider-Man. So this figure did come in a 3-pack with Captain America and Iron Man, and this is the first time we actually got a movie Spider-Man in quite some time. I guess it may have been about 4 years since we'd gotten an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, but this figure is actually pretty damn good. Hasbro did get the most use out of this one, though. They reused this body mold at least 5 times. I am shocked. It's 5 times. This actually got the most reuse than any other MCU Spider-Man figure. I think they did a pretty good job with the cobweb pattern getting painted over here. It's very small framed Spider-Man, as this is his youngest form that we'll see in any Spider-Man movie or any appearance in the MCU. But look at this, you know, we get some good looking butterfly joints right over here. A little bit stiff on the shoulders and everything. Ab crunch waist cut, you know, not a bad body mold, but damn, did they use it a lot. Now, the first figure for our first Spider-Man movie, which was Spider-Man Homecoming, we got the homemade suit, which is still a nice looking figure and a nice looking design. And I think it was pretty cool that it did come with a hood up option right here for the figure. And this figure mold was actually used just the once, and it's actually pretty good. You get some nice wrinkles in here. Those pins do look awfully huge, and no real paint detail on it or anything, but the articulation is pretty good. It actually has boot swivel. That Civil War Spider-Man did not have that. Nice texturing for the socks right over here. So yeah, pretty solid Homecoming figure. Ooh, got a little bit of sticky tack on the back right over there. So yeah, I still like this one. Kind of sad I had to sell my SH Figure Arts version and my Hot Toys versions. So, I don't know, sticking with this is the only one. It doesn't upset me. It's a pretty decent figure. And we have our second Homecoming movie figure, and this is the tech suit figure. And this definitely has some mismatched coloring right over here with the head compared to the rest of the body. I hope that's not my fault and I accidentally put this head on the wrong body. I've had these figures for so long, that is possible, but I am seeing a little bit of a color difference between the shoulders and the biceps right over here. Like this looks like the color that we're seeing on the head sculpt. The shoulder and the torso matches, right? You can see how the arms match the head. So yeah, that very well could be it. But we got web wings with this figure. I wasn't able to snag any, but you're able to port in his wings right over here at the bottom, which is very cool. And I remember being super excited for this figure. Still like it a bit, you know. This is the first time we got, you know, some line paint right over here on this body mold so that we could see some of those tech suit details. And I just like the vibrant blue. It just looks very clean to me overall. You know, I like how the web pattern came out too. You know, the gray paint ends up working out really well for this. So yeah, I like this one still. Just inconsistent, you know, even between the boots right over here, right? Doesn't it look like they're almost two different color reds? I don't know. Maybe that line paint isn't that clean. Yeah, I'm seeing some of that gray smeared on over the red. That's what's making that color difference. Yep. Definitely could have been cleaner. And it did get cleaner. This is the 2-pack figure that came with the Mark 47 Iron Man from Homecoming. And it does look a little better right over here. I like the lighter blue on this one. I think this is probably my favorite looking Homecoming suit right here. You know, this has a little bit of a green hint to the blue. This is a little bit more of a brighter blue. I don't know. I think I like this one a little bit more. And I think the red is a little bit more consistent on this body too. I think that's a brand new head sculpt that we're getting also. Right? Yeah, because they have this weird thing going on with the eye. I forgot about that. The winking eye thing on this older one. But yeah, I like this one. I think this is probably my favorite of all the figures that have this body mold out of all 5 of them. But damn, yeah, that gray paint looks pretty good. The head, the torso, they look like they're closer to the same color. Same thing with the arm. Don't have the weird thing with the boots. Just looks a lot more clean and consistent throughout. Yeah, I like this one. Oh yeah, and you still have the web wing option right over there. But damn, those pins are enormous. Then we have our first MCU Iron Spider figure. This is from the Thanos Build-A-Figure wave from the Infinity War movie. Damn, I love that movie so much. Not a bad looking figure. I like the build of it. I thought Tom Holland looked a little bulkier in that movie. His shoulders looked a little wider, and I think this figure matches it. I really like the shiny paint. And this figure, or body mold, got reused a total of 3 times. So they got 3 figures out of this one. And it looks pretty good. I just wish that they were able to get, you know, the cobweb pattern paint. We never see that happen with this body mold. But, you know, the vibrant colors do look pretty damn nice, you know. So, yeah, I still like this one. It's not my favorite of the 2 that I have, but, you know, I still think it looks really good. Going back to Spider-Man Homecoming, we have the MJ 2-pack Spider-Man right here with his blazer, and I wanted to get rid of this figure so many times. I thought it was so dumb that I had this for so long. I found this in my kids' toy area. This is one of the ones that was in the kids' toy area, and I couldn't let it go. I saw them not giving it that much attention, and I thought to myself, you know what, dude, just keep it. Maybe you could use it for a video one day. And here we are, actually using it for a video. These lines look pretty nice and clean. I do like them. Maybe those lines are a little bit too heavy, because when I look at this 2-pack version again, I kind of like how they went with the softer gray color more than the hard black lines that we're seeing on the blue portions right over here. But yeah, here they are again using that Civil War body mold. I like this though. I can't get rid of this. I don't know. There's something just charming about it. Plus, I don't know, he wore this on the poster cover and everything, or the poster image. So yeah, had to hold on to this one. I don't know, kind of a goofy Spider-Man figure. Had to keep it. The Far From Home upgrade suit. Damn, I really love this movie, by the way. I really like Far From Home is one of my favorite MCU Spider-Man movies. But damn, this figure, it really upset me, man. They did not paint the cobweb pattern on this thing. What a loss. That was just so frustrating, and you can see how matte the head sculpt looks compared to how glossy the torso is, which, you know, they did revisit later on, and I don't have that figure, but you know, aside from it not having the cobweb pattern, which I'm going to talk about more in just a minute, I actually really like this piece a lot. I thought it was a very fun figure, but damn. And there's a subtle detail right over here on the black portions that I think is very cool too. So There's cool stuff about this figure for sure. Just needed that extra black paint for those cobweb patterns. Really bums me out. But you know what does not bum me out is hot German babes. That's right. Yeah, this figure always makes me think of hot German babes. Why? I don't know. You tell me why. But hey, this thing came out pretty cool. It doesn't have much paint on it, but I really like the sculpt of this one. And I like how the goggles came out. Very much a novelty Spider-Man figure. You know, he wore this for a little while, you know, so he was Night Monkey for quite a bit. And yeah, it's another one of those, kind of like the Blazer version that, I don't know, it just makes me think of the movie whenever I look at this figure. And I like it. It's a fun design. It has a lot of details in the sculpt and everything. It's a unique body mold, you know, there's a lot of reused body molds with these Marvel Legends. So, you know, having this unique figure right here, I'm happy to still have it. Plus, the pins, you know, just not as visible over here with an all-black figure. Now we're back at Infinity War with the Mark 50 Iron Man 2-pack Iron Spider figure, and this is definitely my preferred version over this one, even though their paint looks very, very similar. Again, we do not get the cobweb pattern over the red, but yes, we have this alteration to the sculpt right here with the Waldos, which I forgot. Yeah, you can't really remove that, but I'm happy to have this one. This is a very cool accessory added to this existing body mold. The Waldos have all the articulation I wanted them to have for the most part. So yeah, I thought this one was very cool. They added the gauntlets right over here. We didn't get that the last time with this figure, so that was one thing that was missing. So I was happy to see that. And still maintains its shiny Iron Spider goodness. So at least we didn't lose that paint, but yeah, I would have hoped at one point they would have given us an Iron Spider with... I guess you're not supposed to have the cobweb pattern in there. I guess it's like too faint to really pick up on a figure, but I don't know. Like a light gray for it would have been nice to see. I don't know, what do you think? Were they smart to do no cobweb pattern, or do you think they should have added a cobweb pattern on the Iron Spider figures? And then we have our What If Disney Plus series Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, which, damn, I am not a fan of that show. I do not like the What If series. I never really liked What If so much, even in the comics. Like, I don't have any What If comics from back in the day when I was a kid, or even my contemporary collecting. So it's not a surprise that I'm not a big fan of the show, but I like it a lot less than the comics. A little bit, I think this is on purpose. They have some staining going on throughout the figure, which I thought was pretty interesting. And some unique sculpt. It's not just the same tech suit as before. They have definite changes over here. Like, you can see the spider logo, the way these little notches are around his waist look and everything. So it's a different, unique sculpt. They may have reused the legs and the feet and probably the arms, but the torso seems like it's all different. Yeah, it looks like the arms are different too. So yeah, you know, some cool unique stuff going on over here. I actually like this as a Spider-Man figure just all on its own. It actually doesn't look too bad. But yeah, I'm more of a fan of this figure. Kind of fun seeing the Doctor Strange cape on Spider-Man. So the concept itself doesn't bother me that much. The figure itself I actually think is okay. It's just the show I'm just not a fan of. And this doesn't really properly port anywhere. It just hangs over his shoulders. It doesn't it has no plug for the back or anything. But yeah, not a bad looking figure. So we got another upgrade suit right here, but this time this is the No Way Home version, and actually this is not it right here. This is the Far From Home repainted by yours truly, ShartimusPrime. So this is my custom, and they did make another Far From Home. Well, it's not a Far From Home figure. It's technically a No Way Home upgraded suit, and it's just almost as bad as the other one, except it came with a Peter Parker head, and that figure had a little bit more of a matted finish to it, but I ended up selling it. I didn't need it. I already had two Far From Home upgrade suit figures, so yeah, I ended up selling off that one a while ago. I'm alright. I'll survive, and I like this one more because it just looks so much better having the cobweb pattern on the figure, but it was a big shame that, you know, No Way Home upgrade suit did not have it either. That was a big bummer. That bummed me out big time. And then for the third and final use of this Far From Home body mold for the upgrade suit, we have the black and gold inverted suit right here with incorrect paint applications. Yeah, that's right, we got all this red on the figure that wasn't supposed to be there, and it's simply because I guess Hasbro was given different images of how this suit was going to look. Yeah, so that's always been frustrating. That bugged me. If not for that, it actually would have been a pretty decent looking figure. It does look pretty cool with that gold right there in the cobweb pattern. I think the gold actually came out pretty clean where you see it applied. Look at this. Paint on the back. Ooh, yeah, lots of paint on the back. Happy to see that. Even on the waist right over here, too. They didn't skip out on that. And on the calves. Oh, my God. Is this Hasbro? Is this really you, Hasbro? No way. Look at all that paint you added on the back of the figure. Then you get this subtle thing going on with the glossy black paint over the black plastic. I like that, too. So, again, very cool stuff with this one. I would have liked it a whole lot more if it was just a lot more movie accurate. Then for the first unique suit for the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, we're getting the Armadillo Build-A-Figure Waves integrated suit Spider-Man, which is one that I really wanted to sell a whole bunch of times. I think I just held on to it just so I could make a video like this in the future. You can see it's been dropped. It's got a little bit of scuffage going on right over here, and they released another one that's just better than this. I took off the gauntlets right over here. I don't know where they went, or I have one on this side right over here. But I remember not liking him having the gauntlets and, or thinking it's only supposed to be on the one side, right? Yeah, for the movie it's supposed to be just on the one side. I think that's what I was doing. They gave him two. But not a bad looking figure overall. They only reused this twice. I think this is the first time we're actually getting pinless joints right over here. So that's very cool to see. Yeah, that's the first one with pinless joints. Yep, I just had to double check. A nice sculpt right over here on the gray portions of it, but yeah, just not my favorite of the two integrated suit figures. Now we have the one that came with the Maguire Tobey and the Garfield Andrew figures, and this is a much better looking integrated suit Spider-Man. I really like this one a lot. And do you guys want to see me do a video talking about the different Tobey Maguire figures and different Andrew Garfields? I don't know, there's way less of at least the Andrew Garfields anyway. As I was going through the bins to make this video, I did, gather them together, consolidated them. But man, the gold on this looks really good. A lot of paint on the back of the figure. Look at that, man. Cobweb pattern all on the back of the figure. This is a pretty damn good looking integrated suit Spider-Man. I just don't like how they didn't sculpt, new stuff over here so that you wouldn't have the gauntlets. So I had to remove those, and then now it looks all weird. Maybe I should put him back. Makes me feel like I should, but yeah. Really like the cobweb pattern on this. It's probably the best, cleanest cobweb pattern that we've seen on one of these figures. Plus, I love how matte everything looks, too. It's not all super shiny on the parts where it's not supposed to, and then it just makes the gold portions stand out even better. So, yeah, this is a pretty damn good figure. At first, I think I was really bummed out about it because I was like, I just got that one, and I was really excited about, the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire figures, but, over time, this has actually been one of my preferred Tom Holland figures. I like it. And now we have the No Way Home Final Swing Spider-Man in the red and blue, which is one of my favorite MCU Spider-Man figures. Damn, this figure looks so good. Just a bit bright on the red. I feel like, I don't know, the black on it does stand out a lot and kind of makes it look, I don't know, I think it's cool. It reminds, it's like a part of me thinks they maybe should have gone with a lighter, like a dark gray or something, but at the same time, I think it looks damn comic accurate, and I like that about it. So, what can I say? But there are imperfect or things that I don't like about it, like the space right over here. But I was surprised that already Hasbro's made use of this figure 3 times as of right now. The last one I don't have my hands on, but yeah, 3 times they've already reused this body mold. Not bad looking at all. I really like the articulation on it. The head, I just wish was able to look up a lot more. That bummed me out a whole bunch, but yeah, I really like this figure a lot. Now, with there being a gap in Spider-Man movies, Hasbro had to do something. So we got the last copy of the Civil War Spider-Man figure released right over here with this Infinity Saga Civil War Spider-Man figure, which looks worse than the original that came out 10 years ago. I guess when this came out, it was maybe 8 years ago, but still, or maybe 7 years. But anyway, dude, come on. took away the cobweb pattern completely on this new one. And remember, this just really bummed me the hell out. And I'm surprised I still have it, damn it. You know, same exact thing. The blue is just slightly lighter on this newer one compared to the Civil War version. But yeah, they should have painted the cobweb pattern on this figure. It's really, really weird to me. So bizarre. And then in 2024, they re-released the Iron Spider suit, which looks like kind of this figure without the Waldos. And it came with a couple of web splats too. I never picked that one up. It looks just like way too similar to this one right over here. It's the same thing, except it had the gauntlets. So that's kind of, if it's satisfying that itch for anybody that needed an Iron Spider with no Waldos, but the gauntlets, then that is the figure for you to get. But, you know, I was fine just having this one as my Iron Spider. Did not feel a need to get that 2024 release. What was it called? Marvel Studios, that Endgame. It was technically an Endgame Spider-Man figure. And the last MCU figure we're looking at today, this is the most recent release, the brand new day Spider-Man figure, which, damn, dude, I feel so much shame. One thing about getting my review up fairly at a reasonable time is I was able to watch other reviews, and I saw Robo's review, and he was talking about how this is brand new, and I was like, wait, it's just this part that's brand new, right? No, and then I was like, oh, no, I feel so stupid. Oh, I'm a dummy, man. Oh, and it does look better. I think the way this comes in and meets at the pelvis like that is just a better look than this one right over here. So this might be my favorite MCU Spider-Man at the moment. I really do like it a lot. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the re-release of this one though. So this is our latest one, the last one we're talking about today, technically because it's the most recent one that I have in hand. But they are reusing the brand new day body mold. I guess kind of. I guess I misspoke by saying them reusing this 3 times. Kind of. The head sculpt and limbs. They did change the torso. So it's really twice. So there's another version that has the half-masked face, and that one is going to be coming out, I think, later this year. So that's going to be the next Spider-Man figure coming out for the MCU. So that closes them all out. I do like this one a lot. This is a very good figure. I do like it. It's just super inaccurate, and I do love that we get the hinge right over there. I'm expecting Hasbro to make another one later this year. We're probably going to see a reveal for another brand new day Spider-Man figure later on, I bet. You know, I would not be surprised at all. God, is this my favorite MCU Spider-Man right now? I always want to go with the latest one. I don't know, it's hard for me to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was surprised to look back on some of these and remember them a little bit less fondly than I see them right now. Then some others probably like a little bit more than I expected too. So it's kind of a trip to look at all these Spider-Man figures over the years. Been some mishaps along the way, but overall, I do think the figures have been going more towards the incline. Maybe decline in some ways, but mostly incline. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. What is your favorite MCU Spider-Man figure? This moment in time, I'm going with the No Way Home Spider-Man figure, even though he doesn't have the ball joint at the neck like this new one does. I am liking this new one a little bit more. I don't know. I guess this one's my new favorite. I still like this one more. I think I do like this one more. It's tough for me to say, but I'm curious to know which one is your favorite MCU Spider-Man figure. If you liked this video, which I hope you did, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And stay tuned for more. I might have a Whatnot stream doing another giveaway on this Spider-Man right over here this coming Thursday. I may not, but I also might. All right, you guys. So either way, give me a follow over on Whatnot, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.